Okay, all right. Hey, this is Thurman, Clean Freaks Podcast, of course, powered by S&M Cleaning Service. Hey, we're here at our Nashville office, and we have a special guest today. We would like for you, if you don't mind, just to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. Ramsey Venner, founder and CEO of Clean Freak Janitorial. We're based in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going into year 5 of business, and it started out with a mop bucket and a dream, right? And now
Exactly.
we're working hard. We service the entire Las Vegas Valley from Centennial Hills all the way down to Inspirada. We are um, growing into all kinds of different verticals. And, I'd actually like to talk to you about that in the podcast, where we do residential, commercial, post construction cleanup. We've gotten into power washing, carpet cleaning, and window washing. So, all under our umbrella. My company is the one stop you got to call, and we can get it all taken care of. So, preparing ourselves for the next vertical is to go into facilities management and then training programs to help people that want to get started, future entrepreneurs that want to get their own cleaning business up and off the ground to do that as well.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. Hey, thank you for being a part of this podcast and sharing your story. Like to maybe get into it. I mean, what inspired you to start your cleaning business?
Well, I mean, from inception, bro, I've always, we always got big dreams, big designs on what we want to do in life, right? So for me, having my own business was like always going to be a thing. I just didn't know what I was going to do. I played college football. Um, Graduated high school, went to Fresno State University. Played 3 years there as football and basketball. Then I kind of got into a personal crisis where my head wasn't right. I wasn't prepared for the success that was coming my way, and didn't have a real mechanism to humble myself, right? So in the midst of all of that, I started getting in trouble with the law, doing a little too much hanging out, not enough studying, and went down kind of a pretty bad path for a lot of years. I was 2000 and I don't know, maybe 2011. Yeah, 2011. I caught a DUI, and it was super serious. I mean, the actual DUI wasn't serious. The fact that I had a history previous to catching a DUI, where I had a pretty serious penalty levied on. They sentenced me to 6 to 15 years in state prison.
Mm.
And I went to prison for that entire time, and just had a whole lot of time to think about, my life and the path that I was going down. And I remember specifically walking around, on the tier and stuff, and I looked and I see guys that were like 50, 60, 70, and, just the thought of me staying there until I die, bro, struck a chord with me. So I, and I don't know what was the specific incident or whatever it was, but I switched my gears, got my college degree, learned how to play the piano, to read, write, and speak in German, and I gotta get up out of here, man. This ain't the life for me, right? So on the backside of that, walked away from prison. I got a job here in Las Vegas because I wanted to switch up my scenery. I was getting in trouble oftentimes in Reno, and that's where the bulk of all of my incidents happened. I came to Las Vegas 2018, January 5th, and just got a gig. I was working as a server for a restaurant. Was really dedicated as far as working because I felt like for all of the hours that I lost over there, I gotta go, bro. So if anybody don't want to show up, anybody don't want to come to work, they want a day off, they want a vacation, they need to go home early, they want a date, girlfriend, whatever it is, you call me. So I just basically moved into the restaurant, stayed there, stayed there, stayed there. They eventually promoted me to a trainer. Then I became a manager in that place, and kind of learned the fundamentals of running a business, maintaining a schedule, um, dealing with people. And that was one of the biggest takeaways from that. So started that up, and one of the things that I kind of designed as far as my first 100 days out is I wanted to start a small cleaning company. was a porter when I was inside of jail, so clean was like second nature. Anyway, when I got out, had that in my design, said that I was just gonna start it, and I'm talking to everybody that I can, trying to get going, trying to figure out, what's the first steps to take. A couple of my regular customers took a chance on me and allowed me to come in and clean their businesses, and it was just me by myself. And from there, man, um, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Got a couple clients, and yeah, by March of 2019, so I started my company officially June 20th, 2018, and then by March of 2019, I was getting so many calls for business from just me and my efforts that I had to make a decision on whether I was going to stay working for other people or do it for myself. And I chose the latter.
Man, that is awesome,
That's,
man.
as they say, history.
Man, that is really awesome. And I thank you for sharing that. And that's one of our biggest reasons that we do this, and myself included. I in my late teens and early 20s, I mean I was a knucklehead. I got in trouble and stuff like that, and that's and that's one of the reasons that we do this, to encourage primarily our youth and others, other people, whether they're, young, middle age, or however they are, but definitely our
Yes,
youth,
sir.
man, before they, get into certain places that we may have put ourselves into. And thank you so much, man, for sharing that. And I mean, I felt that, definitely felt that. And that's a lot of our stories, while we
Yes, sir.
became entrepreneurs, and myself included, so I
Yes, sir.
definitely felt that, man. Really did. And I have to, I can't go any further, but of course I don't know where we came with Clean Freaks podcast, other than I guess we're clean freaks. But I mean, what gave you that or your name, the company of your name? What did that come from for you?
Yeah, we decided Clean Freak Janitorial one because actually, well, it wasn't me. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I had an ex girlfriend, and she, I guess when I used to spit out my ideas about what I wanted to do, I'm more of an operator, right? I'm not like I'm not a creative. I can get creative as it relates to like get things done, right? But as far as like artistic, that's not my strong suit. I used to rap, wordplay, and all that kind of stuff was cool, but I was just talking about the cleaning company, and she coined the phrase. I got to give her all her props. So she coined the phrase on that, and I was like, "Clean freak, that's dope," because it just it rings, and there's a lot of it fit my personality, my character style. I was a person that when I was locked up, always had to make sure everything was just right, put up, tidy, neat in my life, in my personal walk, my car, my vehicles, you know what I mean? Clothes, everything had to always be clean. So it fit, and I just ran with it. When we put it on the business card and we started telling people it, like, this is our logo. You know what I mean? It
Clean
just
Freak
it
Janitorial.
looked real playery, real show, man. It looked real show and professional. So when we put it out
Looks
there,
good.
folks were receiving it well, and we started our branding along those lines, and now everything is clean freak. We got the hats, beanies, when the pandemic hit, we had the scrunchies, everything, all of the labeling, every clean freak everywhere. So our vans, our building, everything that we had, man, we try to stay consistent with the branding, and that presence and that consistency across the board has been really, really paramount. Man. People see our colors, they see the logo, they see, and it kind of goes towards how you're received by the public. You know what I mean? Like I was watching a show, I forget the name of it. Used to come on USA, and he was just talking about the importance of a uniform, right? When you
Mhm.
have everybody on a team that looks identical, they're wearing the same uniform, they have the same branding and logos and everything like that. It gives a different class to that team. Like they are a professionally put together operation. It's not I'm here, I grabbed, my jacket that I'm wearing. My wife has been super instrumental different from my ex-girlfriend, but my wife has been super instrumental in making sure that across the board, all of our uniforms, clothes, and we have them in different things, right? So the t-shirt, the jacket, the undershirt for men and women, because when you go out, you don't feel like wearing the same thing always, just a t-shirt and that's it. So all your different layers, everything across the board. When somebody's on the clock, they clean to death. And FedEx does it. UPS does it. So, we gotta be we're trying to be on that level. So we do it too.
I love that. I love that. And that's one of the things that stood out to me, watching your videos on Instagram and everything that you took pride. You can definitely see that you took pride in your branding, and it stands out.
Yes,
it really does.
Yes,
it does stand out. So I can see definitely how that you're doing very well. That you're doing well. You can see that. What is something that sets you apart? I'm sorry.
All the future entrepreneurs that's out there, man, it's one of the things that you'll definitely realize is that when people can see you, right? I live in Las Vegas, so first, everything here is luxurious. It's over the top. We got all of the things, like this is a destination, right, for people all over the world. In order for us to be in competition and to do business with the people that are on this level, we have to look the part. And I mean, when it was just me and one other person, or me and one of my homeboys, and we were going to these locations, I mean, I made sure that we were clean and we looked pro. And when we went to work, we're tucked in. We're not just showing up with a mop bucket and we're just gonna get this work done. Nah, because it doesn't matter you're cleaning. Sometimes the person that's riding by and taking a look at who's working on that business can report to the client. Hey man, there's some thugs out here out in front of your place, right? And then maybe psychologically, because coming from a little bit of a checkered past, I'm trying to overcompensate to make sure that we don't have any reason for somebody to deny us work and opportunity. And it's been a super beneficial thing for us.
Man, that is awesome, man. Yes. What's some of the things that you do, and I mean that sets you apart from your competitors in Vegas?
Yes, sir. One thing that we are very proud of is our relationships. With all of our clients, it's not you're a number or we're just trying to hurry up and get to the payout. We spend a lot of time with our clients in our consultation. What is it exactly that they want? We want to make sure that we can give them the service that they're looking for. I don't always tout myself, or I don't ever tout myself as the cheapest. I'm not trying to, cut anybody out to get the deal or to sign the contract. I'm not gonna, cut my own throat just to get an account. I will charge the prices that we charge so we can pay our people accordingly. And at the same time, we deliver the service that I don't have to micromanage my team leads or micromanage my frontline people to say, hey, no, we got to get out of there. We only got like 6 minutes left. Sure, that's a way to do business. But again, if everybody's comfortable and enjoying the work environment that they're in, we can deliver a better product to our client, which allows us to develop those relationships. You develop those relationships and more business comes to you. I haven't done, a sincere marketing or advertising campaign before this year. We're going into year
5. Man, that says a lot. That really does. Are there ever some times that you have to maybe not take on a client just because maybe because your margins are so small that it makes it kind of hard to pay your staff?
Yeah. It used to be a time when I didn't, when you first started.
Same here.
If you're gonna let me do it, I'm coming, man. I'm coming, brother. We on the way right now, man. I was on my way to, you know what I mean? So it used to be my mentality, my philosophy going into it. And again, when you take on everything, when you're doing every job that comes your way, you don't really define who or what it is that your business is doing, right?
That's right.
So it's a luxury to be able to turn down a client, or if you're in a gig that, sometimes my wife says this a lot too. She says that you have oftentimes to educate your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a person is used to, paying little or nothing, not really having any kind of accountability to the person or to their service, and just kind of accepting whatever comes along with that, that's one thing. But I've done a lot to talk to some clients and be like, listen, the reason why none of these areas are getting touched in your place is because you're paying what you're paying.
That's right.
The reason why, you have to still go and change your own toilet paper, or this area is not particularly getting cleaned, or you got, 2-month-old refrigerator stains, is because you've been paying what you're paying. The reason why on a Tuesday night when your place is supposed to be clean and you don't hear from that cleaner until Thursday because they have personal issues, it's because you've been paying what you're paying. Now, if you're cool with accepting all of those things, then you keep paying what you're paying. But if you want somebody who's going to be on time, no matter what my staff is doing, my company will show up, right?
That's right.
That's the difference, right? When you got mom and pop, they got, a death in the family, or they got to go to another city, they got a flat tire on the way to the spot, then it's over with. They're going to get to you when they can get to you. Their life comes first. With Clean Freak Janitorial, this is what we do. So if I have an issue with one of my cleaners, somebody don't show up for work, problem with the vehicle, whatever it is, it's our responsibility to still take care of you. You shouldn't feel that as a client. You will not feel that as a client for my company. If something's going on our side and we can't, last case scenario, I'm suiting up, but we will definitely be what we say we're going to be, and we're going to get it done for you. So as far as the question is, have we turned down clients? Yeah, we've turned down clients when margins are too small. And the other thing is, I like everybody that we service. Like, I legit have a friendship, a friendly, conversational, maybe it's not, I'm not going to, family gatherings or nothing like that, but it's personable enough that I enjoy doing business with these folks, right? So that's one of the major things that I think is overlooked as we're trying to grow a business. If somebody is going to be on your bumper every day about every little nitpicky thing, if someone is going to have you coming back again and again and again for things that are outside of the scope of what you've already agreed upon, when somebody has, just a nasty attitude towards you, because when I first got in, a lot of people just look down on us because we're the cleaners, right? Like,
yes,
I'm not less of a human. I run a million, like a multi-six-figure business. I don't feel like there's no difference between me and the dude that's in your corner office, but
that's right.
I haven't got to where he's at yet. So I'm not going to take somebody talking down to me or my staff just because the work that we perform is not, pushing paper around. So a person that's nasty or bad tempered or ill tempered towards my staff, again, that'll be another reason for me to turn down work, because we want to always be happy to perform the work and have our work be appreciated.
That's good. That's very good advice, especially and for those who starting their business and those who may be new to the business. Yes, that's awesome advice.
Yeah,
really good. Social media, how has that been? How has that impact you for the good, bad, or indifferent?
I think that where we're at in the world is it's attention, right? Everything is about attention. How can you grab the most attention? How can you be in the most places? How can people see you and associate you with professionalism and good quality and good service? When that is happening through the different social media platforms, it just gives credibility to your business and to your brand. Now, the next step for us is, once you have that credibility and you've grabbed that attention, how do you monetize it, right? How do you turn it into sales? How do you turn it into new clients? How do you turn it into new opportunities for your business? We are doing that through, now that we're out there and people see what we're doing, and, you can see the different companies that we do business with, that's giving us credibility to say, listen, do you want to do it also? Because you've heard my story, right? You know where I'm from. So,
that's right.
And you see what we're doing now. I have a training course now called the Blueprint to Janitorial Success. And anybody who gets on board with the program, and I'll give everybody from your podcast,
please
give you a link. But if we put the link there, they can jump on and get the free ebook. Check out the ebook, and it'll tell you exactly our journey, right? And the steps that we took to put this thing into place. If they mention you after the podcast is over with, they mention you, we'll give them a discounted rate on the blueprint of janitorial success, because it's not for me at this place. It's not about trying to make a bunch of money off it. With the times being as uncertain as they are, as many people who can, kind of create their own lane, that's what I'm about these days, bro. We're trying to help people be successful. So, of course, time is money. We got different packages that will allow you to have more access and mentorship and coaching. But the folks that jump on board with Blueprint of Janitorial Success and, grab it, they want to learn what's going on and start their own business, multiple six-figure business that they can easily stop working for other people and set their own schedule, start building a thing that can last. Legacy, man. Like, we think about empire and legacy in the years to come.
That's real.
So that social media presence allows you to have credibility. Credibility allows you to start, being able to offer your services on a broader basis. So I think social media is really, really strong for us.
Good. That's awesome. And at the end of the interview, you would, give your contact information, and also I'll make sure I have it enclosed in the once we upload the video as well. We'll put the links in the description as well. What advice, would you get to those who are considering starting their business? I know, like, as far as residential, commercial, I know a lot of times I'm in certain groups and it's a discussion about residential, commercial, or both starting out. Did you do both starting out, or maybe attack one?
Well, I would say, you gotta, if you're just starting out, we discuss it in the course, right? If you're just starting out, you got to figure out what your strengths are, right? Personally, the residential business, it appeals to a certain style of person. You have to have a more meticulous nature. You're more detail oriented, and you have to go into it understanding that you'll probably be dealing with your client on the frontline basis, right? So it's not you get to just go in and kind of clean and make it happen. In a residential setting, you go in, you're dealing with the folks that are there. Sometimes there's parents, sometimes there's kids, sometimes there's animals. All of those things come into play. If you get into a commercial space, like we get bigger places, the attention to detail or the level of detail that you have to focus on is different, because in somebody's house, they live there, right? So they're invested 100% in where you sit down this picture, or if you pick up this, figurine and you wipe under it. Like, with the way that things are looking like more modern and up to date in the commercial spaces, like even the shared spaces for work and all of those kind of things that you can get into offices, they are not more personalized. They're more, generic. So the cleaning, in my opinion, is a little easier. And if you're definitely trying to start a business, you want to grow and scale out, it's easier to train. When you go into a residential space, the person wants to have their thing done a certain way because they live there. That's how they like it. In a commercial office or in a commercial building, generally it's something that's open to the public. So you can look at it and understand what clean is as it relates to the public, but you don't have those personal ties. Like, I just want my stapler to be right here, or I just want my, tape to only be this way. So when you put the personal touches inside of a commercial space, like, you fold the toilet paper before you leave it, it may not be received with the same admiration as if you do it at somebody's home. But the difference is you're going to be able to have 2 or 3 people come and do that job, and then you can move on to the next job or bring on more cleaners that understand in a more generic capacity how to clean. So that's my 2 takes on that. The other thing is, it depends on what you have as far as talent. Like, if you have folks that are more inclined to do the more detailed style labor, then I would say lean toward, and also timing too, because if your staff's availability is more during the day, then you're going to lean towards residential. If you got people that can work to 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, then it's going to be more on the commercial side. So all those things have to come into play. And then as you're growing your business, to know where you want to fit in. Do you want to be at work at 2 in the morning? Do you want to be, monitoring over people at 9 a.m. if you're a night owl, if you're a daytime guy, so or a lady. So all those things come into play. You have to figure out what's the best fit for you. Don't get into a job or get into a business so that you're a servant to the business. The business is supposed to serve your lifestyle.
Mm. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, definitely. That makes really a lot of sense. And let me ask you and I ask this a lot of times when people that serve a residential and commercial, what's your personal favorite if you have one?
I like the commercial. I'm like, it's not even close, man.
Same here.
It's not because with the commercial, it's tough because or with commercial, a lot of times the places are bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but the upside is so much bigger with that, right? I'm cleaning 14,000 square feet. We have actually a project right now. We are doing a post construction cleanup on a Nordstrom. So it's 14,000 square feet. It started out as open area, but then they put in the fixtures and the little things on the wall. So now it's turned into a different animal than when I initially did it. So there's the challenge like that. But whatever it is, because it has to be A1 on a professional scale, what you're going to work for is a legit prize, right? I'm not gonna get 5 phone calls or get reprimanded or hear bad stuff about my team who's been in a house for 3 hours, and at the end of it there's going to be like maybe 150 $200 involved, right? We'll be over here for 2 days. I got a team of 5 going over there, maybe 2.5 3 days, even if with touch-ups or whatever, and we're playing for a couple $1,000 at the end of it, right? So yeah, the scope is bigger, the responsibility, because it's a bigger place, is bigger, and you have to have a resume to kind of get in this room, right, to be able to perform at this level. So it's well earned, but at the end of the day, what you're actually getting up and going to work for makes it worth it. Makes it worth it. I'm able to give more opportunity to more people. I'm able to, have more people in our staff. We're able to grow the company bigger, which, allows us to pay folks more. We have vans and vehicles and insurance. Like, overhead is crazy, but at the end of the day, I just personally, I would rather get a check for 5 G's than to, get a portion of 160, 170 bucks and then take 5 phone calls about how long my people taking and why are they going through this. And it's just the residential space, man. It's a unique animal.
Definitely, I'm the same way. We do very little of residential, and the little bit of residential that we do is usually for commercial clients.
Yeah,
Airbnb,
exactly.
yeah, move in, move out. There has been times we done for homeowners, and like you said, it's a different beast than someone's at work for 8 hours compared to, hey, this is where I live. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
where I
yeah,
live.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that resident, and then the other thing that we get from residential too is because it's their personal space. They're The client feels a little bit more inclined to say, "Hey, I want just this person," or "Can you send just those two
Mhm.
folks?" And they want all the time. And I'm like, "Well, I run a business, man. Sometimes you get service once every week, every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I got to move people around. That's not enough to sustain this person's lifestyle." And
Mhm.
again, how much of that can you do, right? Can you go in and detail clean day after day after day after day? When you run your people into the ground too, like that. So
That's right.
the commercial space, we're able to train, we're able to give people, 5-day work week, take 2 days, get off the feet, go do something, enjoy your people, have a lifestyle outside of this, and come back and give me your best when you're here.
Great advice. Great advice.
What's
I'd
up,
like to ask you
Josh?
some questions if you can answer. What are some of the strategies that you found to be effective in your marketing, especially digital marketing, but in anything that you can speak of?
Mm. Recently, I'm trying to get better by this, so I'm giving it to you as I come up with it, right? We've learned that, again, with the social media, it's about presence, right? Your presence is
Mm-hmm.
everything. You're out there, they see you, you're visible. You can get recommended. You know what I mean? Like all those things are good. We started Facebook ads, and we're working on what the formula is that exactly works for that. We understand that you can target an area, you can target a specific type of client. The analytics part of it gets really deep, and I'm not like an expert at it. I just understand in general that you can target, the kind of clients that you want to service. On top of that, they've got a thing called like retargeting. So if somebody sees your ad and kind of looks at it, you can have your ad pop up in their feed again somewhere down the line. Like
Okay.
when you get deep into it, like, man, everything that we see is not like by accident, bro. It's because somebody is trying to sell you something. Like, and that part, I guess I resist that a little bit. I don't know if I want to be a part of the machine in that way, right? But the other thing is your your marketing is one thing, and the other thing is you always have to have something going on. People like activity, people like vibrance, they like to see you in motion. So I've been trying to, and I think I'm about 3 months in with every month rolling out some kind of a new special, some kind of a new, like, and if you think about all the big brands, right? Even if you go to Vines or Kmart or, well, I mean, not Kmart, but Vines, Walmart, the stores like that, this door breaker special, Target has this spring spring special happening, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you're always, offering something of value to your clients and your potential clients, it looks like you're forward moving. You always have something going on. If people like activity, they want to be a part of something that's forward moving. So we try to, this last month we did 3 cleaners for 3 hours for $3.99, right? It just 333. It sounds cool. I don't know how many people like. We still got the numbers out as far as how many people bid, but we started getting traction and activity, and people are inquiring about, well, what does that service require, or what all do you guys do for that? And we sold a lot of those packages to say, yeah, man, we'll come there. We have a general outline that we do, rather than just saying this is what our deep clean consisted of, right? Now you get three
Mm-hmm.
cleaners for 3 hours for $3.99, and you're winning as a company because now your per hour of your workers is up from what it usually is, which allows you to have room for overhead. Maybe some of the work you're going to do is going to be a little different. Like I ended up cleaning out ovens, deep cleaning refrigerators, and they want us to do the baseboards and all that stuff, which were upsells under our regular package. But we just put it out there to say $3.99. I mean, if we're in the place for 3 hours, whatever it is that you got under the sun that you're trying to have us do, we're gonna rock it. And it's a win for the company. It's a win for our clients, more hours for our staff. So everybody was happy with that.
That's good. That is really good. And for us maybe so that new customer, I mean, excuse me, that new business owner, the new entrepreneur, what are some either free or lower cost marketing tips that you may have for that newbie?
Yeah, the Facebook ads is a good one because you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of control the pace, how that goes. If you want to spend $10, you want to spend $100, you got whatever your budget is. I gave this jewel out to one of my brothers, new brother I just met last night, man. But yeah, we spend money free like on a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
One little jewel I heard was, if you find somebody who has more followers or a bigger following, if you went out and asked them to do one of your posts on their platform, you could possibly do that for the low. I don't know, you know what I mean? I haven't executed on a strategy yet, right? I just heard about it and it made so much sense to me that I was like, yeah, man, for sure. So now we have our marketing budget and those kind of things set aside. So say your following is like 10,000 followers. Well, I want to get in touch with your audience. I want to touch your 10,000. I only got like, I don't know, 500,000 people on my social media. Would you run a post for me for 150 bucks, for 200 bucks, right? I'm going to cash app you right now, whatever. It's out the business account, whatever. and you put that post on yours, but I'm legit selling something that I want to get people's attention, or I want to point people's attention to. You post it up on yours, we make the arrangement. I don't know if it has to be paperwork at that level, but boom, from that ad on your post, I start getting more traction on my side, right? People will see that you support what we're doing, boom, and I get more traction on our side. If I can convert that new attention into sales and more money, then whatever that grows. So I spent $200 to get you to do a post for me. Now I've made $1,000 off of the people that come jumped on our side off that post. Well, instead of taking and putting that money in your pocket and say, wow, that was a good deal, I'm gonna go find somebody with 50,000 followers now and see if I can get about 500, 600 or something, and see what that brings. Maybe that gives me $2,000-3,000. I don't know. Yeah. And now I'm in a position that I'm using social media to help me grow. And then if these folks jump on board and they see what we're doing at Clean Freak, oh man, we want to be your followers. Oh, you got the Blueprint of Janitorial Success going. Boom. Well, I'm gonna recommend that to my friend. I can't get it, but I'll recommend it to somebody else. Just like that, you start having momentum, and before you know it, all of the things that you're putting in play, the little money that you invested is actually bringing you bigger and bigger and bigger returns, as long as you keep reinvesting.
Man, that is great advice. You gave me. I'm getting ideas. I'm getting a lot.
Right? Hey, listen. So at one point, I used to think that, like, when I heard something, I'm gonna keep this to myself. If you like me giving out game, come check out the Clean Freak Janitorial website. Come get on our Facebook, our social media. We're on TikTok. We're on all of the platforms: TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm out there. So if I can give you a little bit of value just in the things that we're doing, bro, that's what I'm here for. And if that causes people to look at us and give us that attention and say, hey, listen, these dudes really talking about something, that's what I'm looking for. So if that works out beneficial, that something I said allows you to be successful, hit up any one of our platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, get all that free game, man. Get all that free game, get you some money, and subscribe. Let them know that we're talking about something that's beneficial for freedom. Just putting it out there.
That's real. I commend you on that. That is real. And I hope everyone listening will take a part of that, and take a part of it and get and get some of that free game and achieve success. Yes. And you're going to continue to be more successful as well. You're going to continue to be more successful. Definitely.
Appreciate it, brother. We're going to keep pushing.
That's it, brother. What as far as employees, and I know that I know you have I'm sure a very a great staff, a big large staff. When did you find out that you needed to start to maybe you hire your first employee or your first subcontractor? When did you realize it was time for you to do that?
As quick as you can, bro. As quick as you can. So what I don't think so. There's two schools of thought. You're self-employed, meaning you are the person that runs the company, but what that means is that you own your job, right? That's self-employed, and you don't officially turn into a business owner until your business can run successfully without you in it. So as much as you and I may love and this is an ego thing, especially for Brez, right? I'm the guy, I'm coming up in here, this is my thing, you know what I mean? I'm into this. Sometimes and even if it's a good attitude, like you want to help people, you benefit, like all of that's cool. But your personal presence having to be the thing that moves the engine is actually worse for you long range than if you say, I'm going to separate from some of the profits, I'm going to let somebody else make a living. I'll take, a smaller portion, but I can multiply my efforts in others. That's the beginning of being a business owner. You assume the risk, sure. You put the money up, sure. You have to come up with the idea, sure. You're going to have to find the clients. All of that's in your lap, right? But the minute that you can start farming out parts of that, that's when you start stepping into the business owner suite. Business owners, I don't have to be the smartest. I don't have to be the best cleaner. I don't have to be, anything other than the best organizer of the resources, right? I don't even have to be the best salesperson at a place. when you start, you got to be the best salesperson. When you start, you got to be the best cleaner. When you start, you got to be the most organized, note taker and filer of paper and, inventory clerk, because you're everything when it's just you. But the minute that you start bringing anybody into the fold, parting ways with some of the profit and say, hey, now this is your job, this is your responsibility. I need you to be the best this at it. I need you to be the best accountant. I need you to be the best bookkeeper. I need you to be the best team lead. I need you to be the best cleaner in my company. And you empower people to do the work that the company needs, because it's all one thing. There's a lot of folks that, get into business and think that it makes the most sense for me to do everything because I can save on so much money. Yeah, but how much can you do if you're doing everything? You're the cleaner. You're booking the appointments. I want to be at a level where all of these things are already taken care of. So we spend time now developing systems, policies, and practices we put in place to allow the function to get done, but I don't have to be the person doing it. So as quick as you want to get to, a true level of success, like it's just simple math, right? So any person that's listening right now and you want to get into the janitorial space, if you clean a place that's, that you can clean on a daily, 150, 200 bucks, 500 bucks, even $1,000, how many of your hours is going to be devoted to the cleaning, and how much energy are you going to have left after that to do any other thing, right? If you're the only person. But the minute I can get $1,000 for a location and I can have two folks do it, and instead of me getting the whole 1,000, we bust it down three ways. I get 300, they get 300 each, and I put another 100 back in the business. Now I get those hours that I was cleaning to go work on other things. That's the best play ever. Like the greed would say, I'm gonna just do all of this work myself. Well, you don't really have a business, you just own your job.
Makes sense.
The minute that you start putting other people in position to work, that's when you're a business owner.
It makes a lot of sense. And it took me years to realize that myself, and thank God I finally did, with good people, listening to good people, have, good counsel, to inform me that. And that's great advice. And I hope someone take hold to that, definitely take hold of that. Because I've heard the term solopreneur. I've heard that, that term before. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, solopreneur stuff is cool, but it goes as far as until you're tired. You know what I mean? As far as until right. You slip and hurt your back, or as far as until, your kids need you to be somewhere that your job also needs you to be, and you got to make a real tough decision. Like the solopreneur is a good thing. Again, ain't nothing wrong with it. There's lawyers, there's everybody that, owns their job. That's one thing. But if you're talking about being a business owner where you have a thing that has unlimited potential, like I can't clean $1 million of nothing by myself. I cannot.
That's right.
There's not enough cleaning I could personally do to make $1 million. There's no way I can do it. But if I got 5 or 10 people like me, or people that are down to help us grow this mission, they need to do a little bit better for themselves. They don't mind me putting it together for them and giving them an opportunity. Then boom, we're gonna get to that end. We're gonna get there quick, right? All we just have to have is vision. We have to have, a unified plan that we're going to execute on, and all of the parts of it. So one of the main things that I do as a business owner is I try to empower my people, give them every bit of support that they need to do and be successful at the work that we're tasked to do. You know what I mean? So if we're cleaning, look, what do you need? You need some different types of products. You need some different kind of gloves. That stuff irritates. Okay, cool. We need vehicles to get here and there. You don't got no car. You rode here on a bus. Okay, cool. All you got to do is get to the office. From the office, we're going to get you everywhere you need to go. Out there, handle your business. When you get back here, your check is going to be good. So that's it. That's the agreement. You know what I mean? You want to get a check. I want to get a job done. That's cool, man. Everybody doesn't have to be invested and say, nah, I'm going to be here for 10 years with you. I want to help. Listen, I understand that this is not like, top flight as far as status and symbolism, and like in this world that we live in social media kind of materialistic world that we live in, you can have pride in your work, but this is not something that everybody go like. I don't have people busting through my door to just say, hey, just let me just be a cleaner, right? The folks that get on board and they come down to staff, hey man, I'm just trying to get back on my feet. I just got home. I had a situation, I need some extra money. These are mainly folks that this is our profession, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just this is our profession. So, okay, in this limited window that I got you, I'm gonna help you as much as I can because I need you to help me as much as you can.
Hey man, that's awesome. That's really good. What are some of your plans? Some of your if you that you can speak on maybe your 5 year, 10 year goals. And I know you're still you're a young man and I know you got a lot more planned. If you can speak on that, maybe your 5 and 10 year goals for your business.
I'm gonna give you the big one right now, man. Listen,
Okay,
this was yesterday. I'm
business
in Las Vegas, so I don't
Super
see if you
Bowl.
see that, but
Yeah,
yes,
Super
sir.
Bowl.
Yes, sir. We was there, man. Nevada Business or NFL Business Connect. They gave us an invite through, getting our minority business certification. I certified my business and give a shout out to them. Heather Cox over there, great lady, put us in touch with this organization. And short-term goal is we want to be right there, some kind of how providing services to the NFL. And that goes in because we got Super Bowl here in Vegas, but NC2A, they're talking about bringing a professional MLB team here. We've got the Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA team here, and the NBA is not far behind. So if we get on board and we start doing business with these type of folks at this level, right now, all of those other opportunities become available to us, right? So those are like one-off events, but very big as far as your resume, very big as far as what happens after the event. The Super Bowl will be in this city for 10 days. On the backside of the Super Bowl, now I can show all of the literature and the social media that we just did business with the NFL. That gets phone calls coming through my phone that I didn't get before, right?
Yeah.
People that have buildings and multiple locations, and they're like, hey, can you take on 3 or 4 of these gyms at a time? You know what I mean? Like, it gets different, bro. At one point, I got approached to do 12 storage one facilities in the city. Now, I like just starting out as an entrepreneur. me and my homie trying to go and do a couple places. Like, that's a monument. Wait, we got to get from here to that side of the city, and they give you the map. Okay, this is where this one is, this one is, and we want. And you're like 12 at once, and you know what I mean. So when you get that opportunity, when you get that phone call, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like say, I'm not really in position, or me? I take it. Both feet in. Yep, sure, we gonna be there. Same attitude, same energy.
That's
listen, I'm gonna have to grab some people from if we're gonna go to the Home Depot parking lot, we're gonna do whatever it takes, bro. We're gonna get in there and get that thing going. And then as you get your feet wet and you start understanding, okay, maybe this guy's not a good fit for that, or maybe I should vet people a little bit more before we go into these locations. And yeah, maybe I got to just get used to paying out a payroll of 15 racks every couple of weeks. Like,
that's right.
You have to be, if you like, a lot of times we say that we want this lifestyle. We want to be like the rappers and the singers and the entertainers. We want to be like the athletes. The people got different kinds of problems, bro. When you got to manage a staff and you got like a $6, $7, $10, $15,000 mortgage that you got to answer to every month, like, these are different kinds of problems. Like, to have 5 car notes and all of that stuff got to be insured and all of the tags got to be up to date. The register, like, growing a company into something is something you have to mentally prepare for and get your reps in. You don't go from a 1-bedroom apartment with milk crates to like living in Calabasas like Drake. That's not a real thing. There's a whole lot of steps in between. So yeah, man, my 5-year plan is just to keep growing, becoming a bigger part of this city, to increase our footprint in this city. We have our first job outside of Las Vegas coming up in the end of June. One of our construction companies, they're actually doing a project in Northern Nevada. And because we've done enough, solid work for them and we're finally in position to kind of travel, I'm connecting with people in another city, building relationships with them over there because, again, day to day, I can't physically go there and monitor that without this. So I'm growing up my staff here to be able to handle this place while I have to travel out there, help them get that job off the ground, put somebody in place to make sure they manage and run it. And that kind of thing, rinse and repeat. So the next 5 years, I feel like our growth goes from just trying to, get enough business here to keep people employed to, okay, this is working. We have our core group of clients. We're going to continue to add on and, increase our footprint here in the city. But now let's take a look out there. How can we start something else in another city through the people that, get into Blueprint for Janitorial Success? Hey, you want to start a Clean Freak Janitorial and we already got a proven track record of being successful. You can use my brand and my logo, once we get on into an agreement, use our resume. And that allows you to have credibility. You started a thing without having to do any of the legwork that it took us to get here. But now you can say your company has done business with the NFL too. That's the value add right there. You know what I mean?
That's
you
a big play.
Nowhere, and the pedigree that you just bought into allows you to say, yeah, I do business with the NFL. Our sister company over in Las Vegas, we're with the NC2A. We have the automotive group, Honda, Toyota, like all these names you can drop. And bro, it's not lost on me that this happened to me as a guy after being a knucklehead, after being, tucked away for a little bit, right? To get back into the world and say, yeah, man, I can still add a lot of value out here. So that's our prospect, man. We want to grow it up. We want to get the Janitorial Standards Institute going. We want to be able to, help people that need second chances get into a situation where they learn a skill, they learn how to increase some of their social presence in the world, and then even some financial information to say, okay, now you're not getting your money out the mud. You have a skill that you can apply to get you to take care of your life. Now here's some financial tools so that you understand what credit is about, why it costs more to be broke than it does to have everything, right? If you pay your bills on time, you actually save more money because you don't get charged late fees out the door. If you have a good credit score, they charge you less interest, so you actually have more money to buy more things. Like, this is stuff that isn't given to us in any kind of organized capacity. Financial information has been held from us, and that's why a lot of us stay doing the same nonsense, right? You don't know that it actually is more advantageous to be in line with the laws and informed of the laws than is to be outside of the laws. Because when you're outside of the laws and you're outside of credit and you're spending money on lawyers and bail bondsmen and loss of work and all the stuff that we do, bro, in the course of just thinking that we're trying to get it, but you're in your mind playing yourself the entire time.
Yeah. Man, that is good, man. And we're gonna be hoping and praying for you for that. And we look forward to seeing the credits. You know what I'm saying? Clean Freaks Janitorial Super Bowl.
Oh,
yeah, looking forward to seeing that, man. Look definitely
yes,
forward to see that. What has been some of your biggest struggles that your challenges? I would say challenges. As
struggles. It always comes down to the people, man. So people are one of my biggest passions, but people are like, a hard struggle for us too, because a lot of times, you want more or better for folks than they want for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. So
definitely.
it's tough to be as passionate and as supportive and, willing to go the extra mile and to, meet people where they are. It's tough to be this dude and then have those efforts like basically slapped out of your hand. You know what I mean? Like, here, man, here it is. One of the things that I love about our business is that because that's our nature, that's the culture here. My wife and I are very generous. We are we're trying to help people get on board. And, you know, we give a lot of grace because there's a lot of grace given to us, right, to even be in this position. So we give a lot of grace as folks are trying to come on board, but then some people still fall to the wayside and they'll fall off. Life will get real, real tough out there, and then we'll see them down the road again, and they're like, "Hey man, you know, I was tripping when I was here before. You know, is it possible that?" And I'm not cold hearted, bro. If I feel somebody sincere in their approach to me, if somebody is sincere with understanding that their actions previous wasn't good for them or us or where we're going as a company, then I'm able to give a lot of grace, right? Because again, I feel like for grace, I wouldn't even be here. So
same there.
That all happens, but then a lot of times you're usually right about when you cut somebody loose.
Your instincts doesn't.
Probably for a good reason, right? So they proved me right the second time, and that's it. I had 2 chances, but all I got.
I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. Just a few more questions if you have time.
Hey, I actually do got a cut, bro. I gotta. We can do it again, and I'm down. Anytime you want to chop it up, I'm down. But I do have a walkthrough popping off in about 10 minutes, so I got to boogie down the street.
Okay, all right. One last question: what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Oh boy, wow. My 18, man, I
wish. Or 16-year-old self, that young you.
I wish I could talk to that dude, man. I swear I wish I could talk to that guy, man. Oh, man. Right now, what would I tell him? 18-year-old self. All right, so 18, you said 16 or 18?
16, so we'll say 16 to 20.
All right, so 16 to 20, that was the turning point, too, right there. 16, I would say, listen, you're doing good, right? But don't get sidetracked. You're doing real good. 16, I was balling. I was, focused in school. Wasn't too much nonsense going on in my life. So I said, listen, you're on the right track. Don't get off of what you're doing now, and understand that there's value in all of the lessons that you're learning right now. 18, I would have said, 18 is that's when the trouble began. I've been like, bro, listen, this partying in school is cool. But listen, you have a golden opportunity right now in football. You're giant. You can't teach that. You're intelligent. You're able to do a lot of things that a lot of people aren't going to be able to do. Just same thing. Stay on the path, man. Stay on the path. Do not get sidetracked. 20, I was out there. If I could get a hold of 20-year-old me, man, it'll be a misunderstanding, man. We have to move some furniture around 20-year-old me, man. You're gonna blow it. Don't you dare. So I had to pound on 20-year-old me. I have to come in a little more aggressive. But what I would say for any 18-year-old that's listening, right? Understand that the things that you are going through in your life currently are gonna be the things that can make your life as big and as expansive as you want. Legit, the sky's the limit. There's 10-year-old, 12-year-old kids that are making millions on YouTube right now. So all you have to do is fly yourself. All of the time that you're wasting on your social media or the things that don't add value to your life, get those things under control. Everything in moderation. Do not allow your entire time and day to be dominated by things that don't add value to you, right? So you have the opportunity right now as an 18-year-old to vote, have a gig, start your life where you can make thousands a month, like multiple thousands. You don't have the responsibilities of children. Your relationship may not be that serious or heavy, or you're not in a relationship where you have to think about another person. You can excel. You can work as long and as hard as you want to. You can really go travel the world. You can go whatever it is that your heart's desire is right now. This is the critical point in your time in your life where you should experience all of those things. Do not allow the day-to-day nonsense and chasing with trends and fads and social media tells you to think is cool. Do not do that. Find and discover the world that's going to be the best and the most beneficial for you. If you have a thing that you want to do, go after it right now. Because if you make a mistake, you still got forever to fix it.
Yes, man.
And there's no mistake right now that you could make if you're on a path to something positive. There's no mistake that you can make right now that you can't recover from. So
that's right.
Get out there, see the world, do the things, put all of the hard effort in right now, even though your mind and everything else tells you that you're supposed to be all about fun. Do the hard work right now so that when you get to a place where you can't work, your life is already made.
Awesome, man. Brother, if you would just tell us one more time how we can support you and and follow you, and give the listeners how they can get in contact with you. And also I will make sure I will send the links in the description as well.
All right, awesome. So Ramsey _Venner, that's me personally on Instagram. Clean Freak Janitorial out of Las Vegas, that's on Instagram. We are here, I'm gonna give you all the we have our social media team managed. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Yelp, and Twitter. Clean Freak Janny1 on Twitter. Check out all of our social medias in addition to our YouTube channel. And right now, anybody who's listening to this can get a copy of the podcast, of the ebook for Blueprint to Janitorial Success. If you want to start your own cleaning business and not be the frontline worker, but I'm telling you how to be the boss of your cleaning business, have a multiple six-figure income year after year after year, making you can do it month after month if you scale it right. But if you want me as a personal mentor and a business partner and help you grow your own six-figure business where you don't have to punch a clock at a job, you don't have to worry about Amazon laying you off, you don't have to do nothing but wake up, set your own pace, set your own goals, and continue to help other people reach their goals, hit the link below. cleanfreakjanitorial.net is our website, or if you go to ramseyvenner.com/ebook, you can get a copy of my ebook that'll start you right down the path to Blueprint to Janitorial Success. You can call us here at the office at 725-214-6589. Talk to Rain, tell her that you're interested in getting your copy of Blueprint to Janitorial Success right now. She'll put you in the game, put you in contact with me, and we'll get you rolling, man. I think that everybody that can hear the sound of my voice right now should be an entrepreneur making as much money as you claim to want, as you would desire to want, if you have the heart and the ability to work for it. We work out of love. We are a family-owned business, operated in Las Vegas for 5 years, and we're only looking to grow more, man. We're partnering with, God willing,
yes.
God willing,
yes,
we'll be partnering with the NFL, the Super Bowl 2024, as well as the regular things that we're doing here in the city, increasing our blueprint. And I want you to be a part of that success as well. So shout out to the Clean Freaks podcast. We will always support you guys, man, and post up and repost and send love and light your way, because we appreciate the opportunity. And I love the name. Love the name.
Thank you, Brother Ramsey, man. God bless you. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure. I'm looking for part 2.
Oh, yeah, man. Part 2 on the way, man. I can't wait to come back.
Thank you, brother. Have a blessed one.
Be safe, man.